The definition of a maintenance person goes like this: an individual who's expected to do the impossible in the shortest time, at the least expense, and to keep doing it day after day, year after year, without complaining, and never achieving the recognition deserved for keeping the organization in good operating condition. It's true, maintenance persons are an extremely important part of any organization. Today, we want to review some safety tips relating to the many tasks these professionals perform. We know maintenance persons are experienced, trained professionals with good safety knowledge. That's why we call this a review. In your job, you're faced with many decisions on a day-to-day basis, and safety is of primary importance in these decisions. It's making the decision to leave your rings and jewelry at home, as these items can conduct electricity or get caught in moving or stationary equipment. Safety is wearing good leather-topped shoes, as athletic or tennis shoes don't offer any protection from chemical spills or minor cuts and scrapes. Safety is a decision to make a conscientious effort to work and act safely on every job. Let's take a second to discuss hazardous materials, as you work with these materials every day. Practically every chemical is considered hazardous. Aerosols, paints, cleaners, oil, solvents, and soap. Think about the chemicals in your home: pesticides, bleach, ammonia, cleaners, gasoline. They're hazardous also. The point we want to make is, read and follow the directions printed on chemical labels. If you use small containers, these containers must be labeled with the name of the contents. Each chemical has special instructions, warning labels, first aid procedures, and disposal instructions. If you're working with a chemical and you want more information than is supplied on the label, ask your supervisor for an MSDS, or Material Safety Data Sheet, on that particular chemical. New technology is improving the safety of many chemicals, but it's difficult to tell what's safe and what's hazardous without reading labels and material safety data sheets. Proper disposal of all chemicals is of vital importance. Oily rags, solvents, paint cans, aerosols, these and all other chemicals must be disposed of properly. Never pour chemicals down sewer drains or into sinks. Following prescribed procedures is the best way to protect the environment and you. While we're on the subject of protection, let's quickly review personal protective equipment. The old standby of safety glasses is still with us. You've heard it a million times: wear eye protection where required. If you don't normally wear glasses, it's a hassle, but the wide variety of tasks you perform expose eyes to injuries. Safety glasses do prevent eye injuries. If you wear prescription glasses, they are not safety glasses, unless you specifically requested industrial safety glasses with your prescription. Never wear contact lens in a work environment. Chemicals, fumes, dusts, and other hazards make contacts unsafe for industrial use. If you're welding, be sure to use the proper shade of protection. Different welding processes require specific shading to prevent eye damage. When grinding or using a cutoff saw, you should wear safety glasses and a face shield. The face shield provides additional eye protection and can prevent injury to your face. Grinding wheels and cutoff saws can explode, throwing sharp pieces of debris toward you at a very high velocity. Wear face shields. You may have the need for head protection, which is a hard hat that's designed to withstand light impacts. Your employer may provide bump caps, which are very lightweight, but really won't protect against impacts, such as tools or other objects falling from above. Bump caps are designed only for protection from bumps, such as when working in tight spaces around machines or other similar working conditions. Gloves protect your hands from rough materials and chemicals. You know what type of gloves are best for a particular hazard, but one reminder is in order: don't wear gloves near moving parts of a machine. The moving parts of grinders, saws, and other machines can catch the glove, pulling your hand deeper into the machine. Where a bare hand may get a cut finger, a gloved hand can turn into a serious injury for the whole hand or arm. Wear gloves when necessary, but not around moving machinery. Let's talk a minute about machine guarding. Certainly, moving parts of machines must be guarded. The width, height, and depth of the guard depends upon the machine, the location of the moving parts, and other requirements. To make a long story short, if you can stick your finger into moving parts, it needs protection. The area causing the greatest hazard to maintenance professionals is during repair and maintenance of the equipment. Guards must be removed to expose the equipment for repair. Before removing guards, the equipment must be shut off and disabled from accidental restarting. It's called lockout and tag procedures. Simply turning the equipment off by throwing an on-off switch is not recommended. It's too easy for someone to accidentally hit the switch or button. Lock out the electrical source with a lock. Tag the equipment. You can remove it when you're finished with the repair. The next important part of machinery repair safety is to disable any part of the machine that could fall, crush, or injure you should a non-electrical movement occur, such as hydraulic failure or a slipping clutch, or any number of other non-electrical movements of the equipment. Use blocks, safety bolts, or other sources to prevent an accident. Many serious injuries and fatalities occur from failing to adequately lock out and prevent machine movement during repairs. Don't take chances. Naturally, there are maintenance procedures allowing oiling or other routine maintenance while equipment is running, but if you are exposed to a hazard, then lock out, tag, and insert safety devices to protect from inadvertent movement of the machine. The best advice is to know and follow your organization's maintenance procedures and those of the equipment manufacturer. Electrical safety is another area requiring your undivided attention. You work with electricity every day, and it's safe to use if you follow safety procedures. Let's quickly review the basics. Electrical cords cannot normally be repaired. Cuts, frays, cracks in electrical cords require replacement of the cord. Broken ground prongs require new plugs. There is a safety requirement that all electrical tools in the workplace be grounded or double insulated. These features help prevent shock in case of a short or electrical defect. This includes vacuum cleaners, drills, bench grinders, trouble lights, and all others. If a ground prong is broken, you have no protection. If the conduit anywhere along an electrical system is broken or not making a solid ground, you may not have shock protection unless there is a third ground wire inside the conduit. It's best to make sure the ground is intact by using a continuity tester on all circuits. You see electrical tools without the ground prong. Look on the tool manufacturer's data plate to make sure it says double insulated. If it doesn't say double insulated, it requires a 3-wire grounding plug. Whether you have a grounded device or double insulated device, it won't do you any good if you're standing in water or have sweaty hands. Water and electricity don't mix. You also work with circuit breakers and electrical panels. All electrical circuits must be labeled and clearly identified. You may know what circuit breaker controls a particular machine, but does anyone else know? Label all circuit breakers, and the voltage of the panel should be displayed. When changing fuses, the system must be locked out and tagged, and you should always use an insulated fuse puller. Don't block electrical panels. There should be at least 36 inches of space in front of electrical panels. Most fatalities occurring in electrical panels are caused by failing to lock out the main or by replacing fuses when current is still applied to the circuit. Electricity can be an unforgiving experience. Fire prevention is everyone's responsibility, but maintenance persons have special responsibilities. Sprinkler systems must remain open at all times. Before making any repairs to a system, the fire department must be notified. Make sure you have extra sprinkler heads available in case one is damaged. It's a good idea to lock all sprinkler valves in the open position to prevent someone from shutting off water. In the event of a fire, only the fire department can shut off the water. In case of head damage where there's no fire, management can authorize the water to be shut off to prevent water damage, but the fire department should be notified and repairs made quickly. Fire extinguishers should be inspected at least monthly to make sure they're in their proper place and charged. Inspect for damage. An annual inspection by an authorized fire service is also required. In the event an extinguisher is used, it must be serviced and recharged. Cleanliness and neatness is good fire prevention. Historically, janitor closets, storage areas, electrical rooms, refrigeration rooms, and other areas accumulate trash, dust, and other fire hazards. Make a special effort to keep these areas clean. Maintenance storage areas for lubricants, oils, solvents, paints, and other material require daily attention. Chemical storage is also of primary concern to firefighters. Don't block exit doors. Inspect these doors frequently to make sure they operate properly. Check exit signs and emergency lighting, as they are usually forgotten because they aren't used every day. There's more to safety, such as chaining and securing compressed gas cylinders and installing safety caps when not in use. Not using aluminum or metal ladders near electricity, which includes changing light bulbs, and using the belt buckle rule on ladders. That means not leaning the center of your body past the sides of any ladder. Safety means using proper ladders instead of boxes or chairs as step ladders. Safety means a lot of things. Actually, it's really nothing more than being aware of hazards and taking the action necessary to prevent accidents. It's making good judgments and decisions that affect safety, your safety and the safety of others. That's what safety is all about. Yes, maintenance persons are professional, and you do a great job. Use your experience and knowledge to make every job an accident-free job. Thanks a ton, and keep up the good work.